In this video we finish off the KA and get it ready for selling, and at the end of the video we're going to break down the cost so you know exactly how much it's cost to get the KA ready for sale. Hey everyone, if you're new to this channel, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell notification so you know when we release new videos on salvage repairs and how we get along on doing those. So welcome to this week. This week we've got a few things that need to be done. The car needs an MOT, and what I'm going to do is, because I've had such a task trying to get the airbag light extinguished on this car, I'm actually going to put it into the garage, who are a diagnostic specialist, and hopefully they'll be able to fix the car. If they fix that, then they're going to MOT, and if they MOT it, then we can finish off the car. So let's go and take the car down to the MOT station, and hopefully we'll get this car MOT'd and then we can finish the car off. So let's go and do that. 2 hours later. Okay, so the car is now ready for me to collect, so I'm just going to collect to see if it's passed its MOT. So hopefully all be well. Well, let's see if it's passed. Let's go inside and take a look. Okay, so that's it. The car has passed its MOT. Brilliant, excellent. So very happy with that. And the airbag was a historic code that my code reader couldn't read. So if I put the key in the ignition now, and it's gone. Brilliant. So this car is now ready for sale. Okay, so the car is now back after having passed its MOT. So now we need to get the car prepped for sale. So that means some detailing. So we're going to be using Maguire's products. No, we're not. We're actually going to be using Auto Finesse's products to give the car a good clean and get it ready to be sold. So we need to look at the tires. So the tires, the hubcaps, they need to be painted up, so we need to do those. I need to paint these rear wheels, the actual wheels themselves, because they are rusted looking. I've done one of the front, if you see that, that's black. Not sure you can see it there, but that is black. So we'll start off by washing the car. Then we need to get, like, you can see this green here, that needs to go, where we've got mold, etc. We're going to look at the door shuts. They need to be clean as well. These are not too bad because I've given the car a clean. We need to then dress the interior. So the interior of this car is pretty dusty. The driver's side, if you can have a look on the floor there, yep, dirty. So we need to give that a good old clean. Anything that we need to do to make this car attractive to our buyers and give it a competitive edge. So even like down here, you can see green where the car hasn't been cleaned properly. Around underneath the door strikes, you can see this area here, it always gets a lot of dust on there, so we need to get those clean. If we open the boot, you will see that all around the door shuts here, you've got that green, horrible green looking. All these kind of things dissuade people from buying the car. So we're going to give all of that a good old clean up so that it makes the car extremely presentable. So first thing we need to do, give the car a wash. And once we wash the car, we can then get the we're going to clay bar it, because if you look at the bumper, I'm going to touch the bumper, very smooth to the touch, but if I touch the door, you can hear that that's literally contamination. So by claying the car, it's going to remove that contamination, and then when we get the DA polisher on there, it's going to ensure that the car doesn't pick up that contamination and scratch the paintwork further, and it's going to give us that glossy look so that when we rub the side, it sounds just like that. Okay, and then the final thing we need to do, get that Ford badge in there. And we're also going to line this up a bit, because if you can see here, there's a clear gap here that is blatantly obvious, so we need to give that a clean as well. So without further ado, let's get this car washed and get it ready. Okay, so the next stage now is to clay the car. So we've got our Auto Finesse's clay bar. I've also got a Chemical Guys, this is a clay block, which I've used before and with satisfying results. I'm going to use this in conjunction with the clay bar, and then for lubrication we've got Chemical Guys clay luber, which will help us to clean off some of the contaminants on the car. And if we look at the car now, although it's clean, again, if we touch the front, it's smooth, and if I touch the side here, hopefully you can hear that. So I can see the contaminants. You probably won't be able to see this because of the white balance of the camera, but there's definitely some contaminants that need to come off. So by rubbing it down with a clay bar, we should be able to get a silky smooth finish before we do the next stage, which is to use the compound to bring this white back up to its showroom finish. Right, so let's crack on with the next stage. Okay, so we've done the clay. That's the clean side of the clay. Hopefully you can see that. Okay, and this is the dirty side. So you can see it's taking off quite a bit of contaminant. So it's in a much better place. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to use some of this, which is V2. And it is extreme compound from Chemical Brothers, because there is still a little bit of compound on the car, but I just want to see if this will take it off before I go to a lighter level. Okay, so for the dashboard we're going to use some Auto Finesse drizzle, and that gives the car a nice look and a nice smell as well. Basically it gives it a nice silky and brand new look. So we're going to give that a quick squirt on all the plastics on the car, including the door trim, and that should make the inside look much better than it does now. Okay, so we've come into engine cleaning time. So what we're going to do is we're going to give the engine bay a good old clean. We're going to use one of our cleaning brushes and we're going to clean all the dust down, and then after that we're going to polish it up with some Magirus Ultimate Black, which would bring the plastic up and make it look like brand new and make the engine bay a little bit more presentable. Okay, so engine bay is looking very clean now, all cleaned up and looking much better than it did before we began, and that was just 15 minutes of pure work. Okay, so next job we're going to do now is the wheels are looking pretty rusty, because standard steel wheel with a plastic trim on there. The trims need to be painted, but I'll do that another time. So what we're going to do, we're going to take off the trim and then we're just going to paint the wheel so it looks better and presentable when we come to get prospective viewers to look at the car. So we'll take that off and then we'll give it a paint. Okay, last job of the day, clean the driver's seating area, and then that should be it, and then we can go for a price breakdown. So let's get this last bit cleaned, and then we're going to use some Verso just to clean the mat, and then we should be done. Okay, so to finish up, we're going to use some Verso. In this bottle we've got some Auto Finesse Verso, which has been diluted 50-50. We're going to spray that on the mat, give it a clean, and then that will be the whole car nicely cleaned and detailed. Okay, so that's it. The car is now clean and ready to be sold. There was just one more job that needs to be done to complete this cleanup. And that is it. This car is now complete. Okay, so it's the time that most of you have been waiting for. What did the KA cost to put back on the road? So we're talking about from bidding right through to the final piece of work that I had done to the car to get it roadworthy. So I'm going to point you to the screen now, and you're going to see the invoice for the Copart transaction. So the sale price for the car was £900. That's how much I won the car on the auction. So that's the car. Then we've got all the Copart fees, which are broken down as follows. So the buyer's fee was £78. The load fee, so that's them loading it onto the back of a trailer, £15. The virtual bid fee, that's me using the AutoTask bidding system, and it's the only way you can buy cars, but they charge you for that, £7.50. Then there's £20 VAT on top of that. Delivery was £166 plus VAT, which is £33.20. It was outside of the operating range of the site, so it was handled by a third party, so they charged me another £68 plus VAT on that, so that's £13.60 with the VAT bit. The car was from Wolverhampton, so take that into consideration when you're buying your cars. Then, and this is the scandal, £39.04 car convenience fee. So that's me using my credit card to buy the car. They charged me £39.04, and then the VAT on top of that, £7.81. So the total fee was £1,348.25. So the car cost me £900. The Copart fees cost me £448.25. Scandalous. Okay, get over that, moving on. So let's take a look at the parts that we bought the car. So the bumper was £94.66. I had to buy a new battery because the other battery was dead, because the car had been lying around for a good 12 months. So a brand new battery was £69. The paintwork, so that's to get the bumper resprayed, the front near side wing and the rear near side rear quarter. Total cost was £430. I then had an airbag light that I had to fix, and my coder couldn't find the code that I needed to clear the airbag, so I had to take it to a specialist. They charged me £100 for 2 minutes work, so £100 to reset the airbag light. I then put the car through the MOT. The MOT cost £45, but the car needed 2 front tyres as they were below the legal limit, and that cost me £48.50. So the total spend for this car so far is £2,135.71. Retail value for the car is around £2,700. I'll be selling it for less than that because it is a salvage titled car, so I shall still make some money on this car. So I'm happy with that. So there you go, that's your breakdown of the costs of the car. So that's it for the Ford KA. It's now all complete and ready to be moved on, ready for the next project. And if you like what you see, don't forget to subscribe down here for more salvage cars. And of course, next week we turn our attention back to the Seat Leon, where we have a number of codes that we need to resolve. So we'll be going through that next week. You'll be able to see each of those codes being resolved using the various diagnostic tools that we have available to us. So thank you for viewing this video this week. Have a good week, and don't forget, every Monday we upload new videos, so we'll see you then.